Good day, fellow Nigerians. In the first place, I need to narrate the story of an illustrated Nigerian Animal Farm pattern that shows that we need to be very careful in our respective assignment of delivering our messages on behalf and in the presence of government. Nobody is particularly hating anybody. And we need to encourage Nigerians that when you are corrected, you know you are wrong, try and take correction so that it will facilitate the understanding between you and whoever you are talking to. Take for example, Mr. President needs to listen to the masses and sometimes react positively to some of their requests. We come very low for the masses because a tree cannot make a forest. Thank everybody. I want to give an illustration of what I feel will be of somebody who may wish to take correction so that he'll be able to manage his affair very well. The bush was full of many animals. It is called the Nigerian Animal Farm lifestyle, in which the bush was filled with many wild animals. Among them were Lion the king, who claimed to be the king. Then other animals now challenged him and told him, "You are not the king of the bush." Hence, the other animals suggested a kind of confirmed strength to know who is the king of the bush. For the lion to play it coolly, he tried to chest out too much, and in the process he used strength, and other animals collectively joined together and subdued him. They broke all his some of his bones and let him learn the lesson of his life, because for quite a long time lion has been showing that he is the king of the jungle and nobody can do him anything. After having dealt with lion, they carried him to the arena farm animal, where he was compared to be at the middle of other animals and give a speech to other animals. In the process of doing this, he couldn't talk. He could neither talk nor move his hand or leg. He was in pains. Invariably, it shows that they have that respect of fearful, powerful animal without knowing that he was no longer having authority, who could not control his authority because his body parts were broken. So in this situation, it is not too good for us to start showing too much of chest out in whatever we are doing, or too much of manipulations, mostly in political matters. There are sometimes we have to play it with subheader by playing it coolly, so that people will understand our direction, where we are going, particularly in the present government we are running. Let us learn from experience. We must be very careful. The political parties, among which are APC and some other antagonistic parties. What does APC really stand for? We want them to look at themselves and their itineraries, their agendas, and so many things. We want them to score themselves, because we don't want anybody to feel we are biased. That is why we are making that suggestion. Out of about 10 programs, if I were this government, I can hold strongly to only 2 and make sure they are properly harmonized, so as to convince the public that yes, they should not lose confidence in us. That is by APC as a party. Sometimes they should learn to allow the antagonists to bring suggestions without always attacking back. Instead, try to pick some of the wisdom from the antagonists and the public opinions. That is for the APC as a political party. The president is the president and commander-in-chief. But when some certain things are being said, it sounds as if one is misunderstanding him. Take the issue of banditry that happened sometimes in some states. And the president was suggesting forest guide to be used in place of a military man. It sounds strange and unusual. Sounds strange and unusual. So the president should, if we are to suggest, we would have suggested that he should have collective strong men and women in his cabinet that we call it personal non grata bodies that will always give him intellectual advice, not politicized advice, if we are to advise the president. His post is very sensitive. May God not let anything happen. It is his name that will be dented and not the name of sycophants. So on this ground, we are advising him to be very careful with people he uses and listen to. So Mr. President, it is our pleasure to tell you, don't always allow politicians to conclude issues for you. Rather, have some special intellectuals that will give you suggestions. We still suggest that they need to be more meticulous. They are educationists. When they are elites, highly respected elites, if and everybody play his part very well, we don't think most controversy we are hearing now will emanate. We are surprised to see that in an educated forum like this, there are more emanations of controversies and contradictions, more than even a government that is not as sound with literate as the one we are having. So it is embarrassing to see that in midst of intellectuals, some unexpected informations even are being dished out by some of them. Like the case of Daniel Buara, controversies emanated, yes or no. By his personality, nobody will expect him to contradict his statement. Invariably, they are giving the president and the populace of Nigeria, misdirection. Another one was where our honorable senator said the House of Senate were having some manipulated signatory among themselves, and they were still contradictory statement over that matter. So please let us be careful. You are a men of integrity, men of intelligence. The public are looking upon you people to make sure that they have full rest. They can sleep with their two eyes, and which of course you are doing. But mind your integrity. Know that you are men of timber and caliber, and for everything you say, they are very dicey. On that ground, we advise that the Senate and the House of Rep should not be on their slumber. They should wake up from their slumber and perform their legitimate work according to standard, not according to individual personalities, but standard, general standard that will favor all the populace of Nigerians. Please, Mr. Senate President and House of Rep, kindly improve on your methodology. A tree cannot make a forest. We are here to make suggestions on the way forward. The reason why the economy is in a quagmire is not necessarily because the government is not putting effort. They have a lot of in-between sycophants, betrayers in between. The government should wake up from her slumber to introduce the effective force of using the sledgehammer for those who are offenders, which of course is where the government is having issue with the public. They are not using the sledgehammer they have to hit those who are offenders in their various offensive ways. So we may advise Mr. President and his colleagues or his crew to wake up. No, don't allow anybody to be above the law. That is where the government is. It's not as if the government is not working. They are working, but they are not effecting laws according to how they're supposed to be. So, Mr. President, try and improve on that aspect as we have suggested to you. In the sense of bandit, Mr. President has put in his best, but your best is not looking like a best, sir, with due respect. We advise the idea of recruiting forest guard in place of military personnel is somehow it sends a lot of questionable messages that people will start doubting the ability of the government. Sir, Mr. President, you need to work on that aspect. The masses are looking, they are becoming too quiet for suggestions. We are not talking about protest and this only. No, there are ways the masses are supposed to come up with opinions that will let the president know that in actuality that people are in dilemma, they are in problem. People are actually dying. The hospital has become a shadow of itself, where somebody will have ordinary fever, you take him or her there, the next thing is to come back with dead bodies. Number one, we observe that the doctors there are amateur. They are amateur, and moreover, no drugs. And the exorbitant charges by doctors even make a sick patient to die right halfly in the hospital before any other thing is being suggested. Then the agbado and akara issue that is pervading everywhere, relegating the integrity of the country and the government of APC is not a very good scenario. I may suggest that the president should not allow people to bring out things that will spark up fire and try to make the populace to talk ill of the government or his government. Mr. President, take the bull by the horn. Make sure that not everybody can come out and just say a thing publicly without you screening it and your cabinet. Try and make sure that you delegate people, that whatever is going out to be said by anybody should be screened by those intellects before you allow it to be meted out to the public. It's belittling, Mr. President. You have to, whatever anybody from your cabinet want to say, make sure that it passes through your office before, most especially when it comes to dicey statements like Nigerians should go and learn how to do agbado. Nigerians should learn how to fry akara. They are relegated. This country is so rich, it's blessed, that such a statement should emanate. The masses are going confused too much nowadays about what is government, what is the government doing. The government is too far away from the masses. Mr. President, let me tell you, I will give you an instance. People have come to hospitals and they don't go back home again. It's an eyesore. Why? An Okada man had an accident in one of the general hospitals and he was asked to go and bring 10 million. I mean, what kind of Okada? If he has the 10 million, I don't think he will be doing Okada. It's as bad as that. How can you look at somebody who is selling Gary? Because of fever, you are telling her to go and bring 2 million. And the doctors don't look back again. Immediately they say that's the end. Mr. President, that aspect is a very dicey and sensitive issue. You have to go into. Talk to the medical association that they should mind the amateur. Most of the amateur doctors we see there, they are amateur. They are not mature enough to pronounce. And so by the time they pronounce the word, they don't look back. There are a lot of controversy in the hospitals issue. Please, Mr. President, try and step into such sensitive matter send some intelligent personality to various parastatals and ministries. A lot of things are going on, Mr. President, all in destroying your own name, not their names. When this government is being spoken of ill-gottly, it is you they mention. So you must come out, you are putting in your best, we know, but your best is not enough. That is why we are making this suggestion that you should have some special cabinet people that you send to various parastatals, let them see for themselves and come and give you authentic reports, not politicized reports, Mr. President. A lot of things that are being held by the public in between you and them, they are all contradictory and politicized. Shall be well with Nigeria.